beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on this live Wednesday edition of Daily Iowan TV, winter preparation. Iowa City looks for another shelter. And spin around. Iowa dance students prepare for their big day.
Having to leave the comforts of home for college can be scary.
Then add on learning a brand new sport. Find out more in sports.
That's right, all that and more coming up. Stay with us on Daily Iowan TV. Good morning and thanks for joining us for our live Wednesday morning broadcast. I'm Bradley Martin. Iowa City officials are currently searching for a new location to house a temporary emergency winter homeless shelter. For the past 2 years, the temporary shelter has provided a place not only for the homeless, but those who are intoxicated. Last year, 175 different people used that shelter. Officials are hoping to find a building that can accommodate at least a dozen more people and have bathrooms. They hope that this will be a temporary shelter that is up and running by December. With the 2016 Dance Gala a little over a week away, performers are working hard to put their best foot forward. The Dance Gala is one of the biggest annual events for the dance program. It features faculty choreographed dances, as well as guest choreographers. Artistic director Charlotte Adams said dancers hit the ground spinning this fall and haven't let up yet. Dancers participate in one routine practice twice a week for almost 3 hours at a time. Most performers are also involved in multiple routines and practice up to 5 days a week. That is on top of their normal dance classes for school.
They're a very busy group. In this group, we've been doing quite well. We have some healthy ones. My understudies are ready to go if anything should happen, knock on wood.
November 3rd in Space Place Theater in North Hall, with performances through November 12th. Tickets are available at the Hanter box office and online at hanter.uiowa.edu/tickets. And of course, be sure to keep an eye out for Daily Iowan, and we'll bring you all the coverage on that gala. While there's been a lot of urging for voters to hit the ballot boxes on November 8th, the Iowa government is hoping that people keep their phones out of sight. Iowa state law now prohibits the use of cameras and selfies in voting booths. This is a trend that has been mixed across other states. Some states will allow the phones and selfies in the booths, and others will not. A girl of a woman is filing a lawsuit against her employer, claiming harassment and discrimination. Alexandra Avelada, a former employee of Cedric Claims Management Services, states that her employees have been using images of Donald Trump to harass and belittle her over her Hispanic heritage. Avelada, who is a natural-born citizen, claims that the harassment continues after she was let go from the business. This company has not made any comments about the incident. High levels of nitrate in the drinking water have been linked to thyroid cancer and fatal blood disorders, and even birth defects. In farming communities, people are at a greater risk of nitrate water contamination. Daily Iowan TV reporter Asia Witt visited a farming community to find out what they're doing to improve water quality.
The Iowa City water system consists of 300 miles of sewer piping, which delivers 17 million gallons of water to residents every day. Before that water reaches your faucet, it is stabilized, filtered, and fluoridated. But recently, soil turnover, heavy rains, and farm field runoff has led to Iowa City nitrate levels that are higher than ever.
Weather conditions and how much rainfall we have or don't have an impact on how much nitrate gets washed off our lands into the rivers of the state. And when it's dry, we don't have a lot of nitrate runoff. When it gets wet, it tends to flush that nitrate into the rivers.
Consumed in large amounts, this can lead to increased cancer, reproductive health problems, and nervous system problems. For the University of Iowa, its personal water treatment plant provides surface water from the Iowa River to campus hospitals and dorms.
The city of Iowa City built a state-of-the-art water treatment facility for drinking water, and we have the opportunity to not only draw water out of the river, but we have the availability of wells that have been drilled, as well as the alluvial aquifers.
This makes it even more important that the city and its residents keep the Iowa River clean. Johnson County recently announced it's implementing a new soil composting project. The goal is to promote soil quality restoration and to more effectively control water quantity and quality. Asia Witt, Daily Iowan TV.
Our thoughts go out to everyone affected by the nitrate water pollution. And this Wednesday morning, it was definitely raining outside of the Daily Iowan TV studios. Is it here to stay? Zhao Li is in the weather studio standing by with an update.
Thanks, Bradley. It seems like the rain won't stop for a while. In fact, the wet weather has moved in during the overnight hours, and we've got an area of low pressure. With that, the showers and thunderstorms will continue to develop. Once the system moves out, we'll dry things off, and we can expect temperatures to drop on Thursday and rise on Friday. So the roller coaster pattern weather will continue at the end of this November. Now, taking a look at today's temperature. This morning to afternoon, we see a temperature of 62 degrees with thunderstorms. Moving into the night, the temps will drop down to 45 degrees with cloudy skies. And next morning, we'll see a partly cloudy sky with a high of 61 degrees. Now taking a look at our 6 days extended forecast. As you can see, this week is all about cloudy. Friday, we can expect a high of 75 and low of 63. Saturday, we see similar temperatures. Sunday, we'll have another significant drop of a high of 53. And next Monday seems to stay in the 60s. That's all I have for you here at the weather studio. Now, Bradley, back to you.
Last night, the Chicago Cubs played in the World Series for the first time since 1945. Reporter Mackenzie Cooper has that story.
There are many Cubs fans around campus, and it's common to see the W flag flying after the Cubs win. On Saturday night, after the Cubs clinched the National League Championship, some fans couldn't believe it.
Throughout all these years, I felt like something was missing, and definitely the World Series is really exciting.
For the first time in 71 years, the Chicago Cubs have made it to the World Series. Most fans have been waiting for this moment their entire life and say that this isn't just about winning a trophy, but it's much more than that.
You think of all the people who were huge Cubs fans and didn't get to see this. Ernie Banks, Ron Santo, some of the greats that didn't even get to see this, and just thinking about them and trying to win it for those guys.
It's been over a century since the Chicago Cubs have won a World Series. They face the Cleveland Indians, who haven't won since 1948. No matter the outcome of this series, it will be historic. Reporting from Iowa City, this is Mackenzie Cooper, Daily Iowan TV.
Definitely a tough loss last night. Now, to hear more about all of our other Hawkeye sports, we have Zach Mackey and Olivia Corbett standing by. I know it's definitely a bye week in football here, but what else do we have to look forward to, guys?
That's right, an exciting time for the Cubs, but a little bit of a downtime for those Hawkeye fans.
Definitely, but although a bye week, we still have plenty other Hawkeye sports to get at.
That we do. Iowa volleyball is about to have back-to-back weekends inside Carver Hawkeye Arena. Last weekend, it was all about learning as they went 5 straight sets, failing in number 3 to Minnesota, and then they lost in that third set again to the number 4 ranked Wisconsin.
There was no disappointment with this team. Instead, they moved forward into the second half of their season. Taylor Brooks has the coverage.
Iowa volleyball is midway through their season, and after coming off a weekend playing top teams Minnesota and Wisconsin, this team is focusing on their one game at a time mentality, and that will have to stay true as they welcome Northwestern and Illinois into Carver Hawkeye Arena this weekend.
I think we're just taking it one game at a time, one day at a time, just preparing and trying to compete with the best teams that we can and, play our best each and every match. So this weekend we have Northwestern and Illinois coming up, and those definitely we need to win it in order to, achieve our goal of making it to the NCAA tournament. But I think we're just taking it point by point and contact by contact and just trying to be the best that we can be.
Bon said yesterday when we were watching film, he kind of said something that stuck with me. He was like, we're really going to focus on staying humble but staying hungry to get those wins. So that's kind of, I think, what we're going to focus on the rest of the season.
What's so great about the Big Ten is that every next opportunity you have is just enormous. So our next opportunity, enormous possibility for us to win and keep kind of putting our team in a better position to come after a strong finish in Big Ten play, or all the different things that end your season as goals, whether it's NCAA tournament or going deeper and all that stuff. But they're distractions right now, so we really keep them dialed into what are we doing today, what's the dirty work that we're willing to put in when there's no one watching and here in our practice environment, to make sure that when we get uncomfortable in the actual competition environment that we know how to respond.
Aside from the team individually, Loxley Kayala surpassed her 2,000th assist against Minnesota on Friday. And then the next night, Lauren Brobst surpassed her 1,000th kill. Congrats to you too. Reporting with the volleyball team at Carver Hawkeye Arena, this has been Taylor Brooks with Daily Iowan TV Sports.
As Taylor mentioned, Northwestern will be in town on Friday for a 7 o'clock serve, and then Illinois on Saturday for another one of those 7 o'clock games.
Iowa senior guard Allie Disterhoff was named a preseason All-Big Ten player by the coaches and media. The team captain was a second-team All-Big Ten selection in 2015 and 2016, and an honorable mention All-Big Ten honoree in 2014. Disterhoff scored in double figures every game last season. She also became the program's highest-scoring junior, netting 565 points.
Now the Hawkeyes tip off the 2016-2017 season with an exhibition contest against Lewis University on Sunday, November 6th, before hosting Oral Roberts in the season opener on November 11th.
The Iowa rowing team is unlike any other sport at the University of Iowa. A majority of their athletes have hardly any knowledge of the sport of rowing when they come to the university.
I took a closer look at this freshman group.
It can be hard as a freshman moving to a brand new university in a brand new town in maybe a brand new state. Add on starting a brand new Division I sport, and it's hard not to get overwhelmed. The University of Iowa rowing team prides itself at taking athletes and making them rowers.
Because we have very talented athletes who we're transferring that talent to rowing. And it is absolutely true. Day one, this is how you put your hands on a boat. This is how you pick it up. This is how you carry it. This is how you put it in the water. So start from the ground up.
We kind of had our 2-week tryout, and they invited us, and they had a meeting, and we went to the meeting, and they told us what the first 2 weeks were going to look like, and then after that you just got into it, and if you liked it, it was a tryout period for us, see if we liked rowing and wanted to commit to it.
And with any new sport, you have to start with the necessary basics.
In some ways, novice rowing is really exciting because you can make such big leaps so fast.
Unlike more advanced rowers, the freshmen here in Iowa see tremendous growth in their first season.
We had them on land doing technical skills and technical learning for 2 weeks. We did 2 weeks on land, and then we got into boats and started rowing out there. One thing that we were very, very clear about is we are taking it slow and learning the basics and learning them well.
It's overwhelming, but it's a good overwhelming. I'm meeting a lot more new people in this sport than I would have if I didn't go out for it. And I have great coaches and great teammates, so I'm loving it.
I'm Zach Mackey for Daily Iowan TV Sports.
4 University of Iowa underclassmen rowing crews recorded top 5 finishers at the Jayhawk Jamboree in Kansas over the weekend.
Tomorrow we check in with Allie Disterhoff and the 2016-2017 Iowa women's basketball team as they host their annual media day.
Well, thanks guys. That definitely sounds exciting. Today, the University of Iowa is holding their first ever Giving Day, titled One Day for Iowa. One Day for Iowa is a 24-hour online giving event put on by the UI Foundation. Today encourages local residents to donate to the university or program or even organization that means something special to them. Well-known members of the UI community are definitely planning to participate in this event. For example, men's basketball coach Fran McCaffrey is contributing to the Holding Comprehensive Cancer Center, where his son received treatment. Students and faculty can access the event at oneday.uiowa.edu. Once again, that's oneday.uiowa.edu. And just like that, that wraps up our Monday morning broadcast. That's all we have for you today. Be sure to check out DailyIowan.com for all the latest news between Monday and Friday. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Bradley Martin, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.